gaming setups. We've all got gaming setups. Unless we don't, then I guess you don't have a gaming setup. Bozo. But my evolution of my gaming setup started long ago, back in the year 2019. It was the Christmas of 2019, and my parents got me my first ever gaming console, the Xbox 360. That same year, I'd also be given the Nintendo DS Lite. With these two devices, I would play key games like Minecraft Xbox 360 Edition. I would grind this game for like multiple hours a day. I would easily log in over 10 hours a week. I was completely obsessed with this game. And this is basically what kind of kickstarted my entire phase into being an obsessed gamer. Besides maybe games on the 360 like Lego Star Wars The Complete Saga, there was no other game I'd played as much as this game. I was literally hooked. But like I said, I also had a DS Lite, so I would also play games on that. The one that I would grind the most, possibly more than I would grind Minecraft, is Mario Kart DS. Fast forward to around late 2020, maybe early 2021, the Xbox 360 got the red ring of death and died. So I was really just left with the DS. I played on that a lot until I got a crappy $50 Chinese dumpster fire of a tablet. This thing struggled on everything, and I mean everything. I could barely run anything. The really only game that I just straight up grinded on this was probably just Craftsman. That was really it. It was like an off-brand Minecraft. My setup never really changed for a long time. It wasn't probably until I think 2023 when I finally got an upgrade, and that was a $90 crappy Chinese dumpster fire of a tablet, which did run significantly better than my old dumpster fire of a tablet from like Chinese Ching Chongville $50 crap town. Eventually, I got one upgrade that just kind of led to an Armageddon of just a bunch of upgrades, and that upgrade was probably getting a full-size membrane RGB keyboard from my friend for the good old price of free. After that, I snagged a little brick that you would use to plug in multiple USB ports, and it had an end that was Type-C that I could plug into my tablet. With this, I would play many games, like, also, yeah, still Craftsman, but also, like, Subway Surfers, some web browser games, like Geometry Dash. I grind Geometry Dash on this thing, and just a bunch of games. It was a fun time, probably my favorite time, due to the fact it was before I was really worried about, like, aesthetics and peripherals. I just had fun with what I had, and I felt like a true gamer. I was had so much fun at this time in my life. Fast forward a couple years, you're at earlier this year, and that was when I got my dad's laptop. It is an HP Pavilion DV6000 with 2 gigs of RAM, about, if I had to guess, 100 gigs of storage, and an older CPU. I forget, I think it's a Intel Centrino or something like that. But yeah, that was really the specs of it. They're pretty bad. But I was and still am very grateful for it. In the future, I plan to upgrade it from the 2 gigabytes of its DDR2 RAM to 8 gigabytes of DDR2 RAM. That's about the max I can upgrade it to. The CPU I can't really upgrade. I may upgrade the hard drive to like an SSD, but that's really all on the upgrades of that. My peripherals were still that same keyboard and same mouse. They were pretty bad, and I didn't really mind though. They weren't the worst thing of all time. With all that said, that brings us to right about now, right after Christmas 2025. Still have the same laptop, still planning on upgrading the RAM. I got a mouse pad, and I love the texture of this thing. Well, not the texture, the design of it. I think it's a really good design. And that brings us to the next upgrade I made. That would be getting a new mouse. So I asked for a new mouse for Christmas, and I got it. And the one that I asked for was getting a new mouse, and that mouse is the Razer Death Adder. With all that said, this is how my setup looks now.